everybody, this is Mike Shuley here from nextlevelguitar.com. Thanks for tuning in to another great video lesson. And we have something really cool to show you today. It's going to be in the style of like Bossa Nova. And we're going to show you a really cool minor progression that's, it's a very kind of typical Bossa Nova minor jazz chord progression. And we're going to break it down and show you all the cool chords that are involved, and the cycle of the progression, and all the intervals and things like that are involved. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you is the voicings that we're going to be using for this progression. And the first chord that we're going to be using is our D minor 9 chord. That chord shape looks simply like that. Just like that. We're going to move that up, and we're going to move it all the way to G. So here we go. Right there, all the way to G. Same voicing. Then we're going to move into our next voicing here. This is going to be our E minor 7 flat 5. That voicing looks like that. Then we're going to move to our next voicing here. This is going to be our A diminished 7th chord voicing. That voicing looks like this. And then we're just going to go back to D. And those are the chords they're going to be using. No more, no less. That's it right there. And I'll break down the rhythm too, and you can kind of get the rhythm and the feel of what I'm doing for the comping. The comping of the chords could be a little tricky because I'm using the bass and I'm plucking the chords at the same time. But I'll play it for you slow, and you can kind of play along with me until you get it. Slow kind of sounds like this. That's the rhythm broken down and played very, very slowly. I'll get a close-up of my right hand here, and I'll kind of show you how I'm kind of plucking these chords with my hand, and the way I'm holding it in the thumb and everything like that. So I'm just basically resting my fingers here. I'm letting my thumb control the bass strings, and I'm letting my first and second and third finger control the top 3 strings. And what I'm basically doing is just this motion between my thumb and my 3 fingers here, and I'm kind of just plucking them like this, just like that. See, I'm letting my see how that kind of works? Just, it's very gentle. Just that kind of motion. And that's kind of what my right hand is doing. It's just rest them there on the strings, very light and very loose, and let your thumb control these bass strings here. And it's not that hard of a technique. It might feel kind of funny at first, but you'll get it, and it'll start to feel very natural afterwards. So here's another view, here's another angle, and I'll kind of show you. You can kind of see what I'm doing between how I'm comping the chords and what my left and right hands are doing. So it kind of looks like this, slow. Right there, you can kind of see how my 2 hands, my left and my right, are working together, and how I'm kind of comping with these really cool bass lines. I think that's what makes this progression really cool. And the thing I just want to touch on one more thing before we leave is the kind of progression that I'm using. The thing that's really is the bread and butter of this progression is this what we call a 2-5-1 in jazz. You have normally your 2 chord, like if we were in the key of C, your 2 chord would be, D minor to G7 to C major. But in a minor kind of 2-5-1, the 2 chord is always going to be a minor 7 flat 5 usually. And then the 5 chord, you can make it if you wanted to, you can make it just an A7. That would work. But it's really cool and a very popular thing to make that dominant chord a diminished chord. And then back to your 1. And that's that 2-5-1. It's just kind of like the bread and butter of jazz. It's all over the place, and not just in jazz, but in popular music as well. Classical music has it a lot. And yeah, just kind of explore that progression, improvise over it, have fun with it. It's yours to keep. It sounds, very like relaxed and loungy, and like you're just sitting on the beach, just kind of hanging out.
Sipping a fruity drink with an umbrella in it.
Sipping a fruit and just kind of laying back, in the Caribbean kind of sunset kind of feel. And just, have fun with it. All right, so this has been Mike Shuley here with nextlevelguitar.com. Be sure to check out the website. We have just, thousands of videos, and it doesn't matter what level you are, if you're a beginner, if you're an intermediate, if you're a really advanced player, we have something for everybody. So just check it out. There might be a few things you might like. All right, you guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.